To make next year the best year of your life, you first need to decide what that means. You can't improve what you haven't defined. Think about it. If you woke up a year from now living your ideal life, what would be different? Would you be healthier, wealthier, more disciplined, closer to your loved ones, more fulfilled? Write it down in vivid detail. The more specific you are, the more direction you'll have. Most people fail not because they're lazy, but because they never truly decide what they want. They drift. Winners don't drift. They decide. Number one, what do I truly want to achieve next year? When you wake up next January, what will be different? Can you feel the shift in the air? Imagine stepping out with more energy, speaking with more confidence, and carrying yourself with an inner strength that's quiet but clear. You won't just be chasing another year, you'll be stepping into the best year of your life because you decided what it is and who you're becoming. But that starts right now with a decision. You won't hit a target you haven't aimed for. So begin by asking yourself, what do I truly want next year? Think deeper than a wish for more money or a vague hope for success. Picture something specific, an income that gives you peace, a fitness level you can feel in your muscles and breath, relationships that feel real and grounded, a project that makes your heart race when you think about it. Let yourself feel the ground under your feet when you imagine where you're going. Sense the carpet in your living room, the hum of the morning light, the steady beat of your heart knowing you're on track. Write that down in a way that grabs your attention, not as a checklist, but as a vision you can feel. Paint it with detail. How does your skin feel in that moment of victory? What's the sound of someone saying, "I'm proud of you"? What aroma fills the air when you walk into a room you've made better by being in it? The more details you add, the more you breathe life into it, and your mind starts working for you, not against you. This already gives your year shape. Now you'll notice how other things fall into place. The casual habits that take your time, they begin to look different. You won't see them as comfort, you'll see them as crumbs that lead away from your table. The small excuse, they'll feel tinny, shallow, unworthy of your attention, because your goal isn't simple or small, it's something you can taste and feel. Most people step into a new year hoping things will be different. They drop resolutions they never defined and undo them by February. That won't happen to you. You've already started defining it. This is why you get up before dawn. This is why you do the hard thing that feels impossible, because you're not chasing empty goals. You're building a version of your life that's vivid, worthy, and won't leave you wondering what went wrong. Understanding what you want isn't wishful thinking. It's setting a course, it's choosing a direction when life's currents try to pull you off path. Next year won't be better because of chance. It will be better because you did something meaningful before it even started. You planted a seed and now you're watering it. You built a compass and now you're walking with it. You may feel a rush of excitement now, and good. Use that. Let the sight of this vision wake you up in the middle of the night. Let the thought of progress fuel your steps. Let the sense of purpose echo in your bones. And when life tries to tell you you're dreaming too big, that voice, ignore it. It doesn't know what you're capable of. You designed this year. They borrowed someone else's script. So name it now. Define it. Feel it. Let it build inside of you so powerfully that it demands your best. Next year will be from a different place, not because time passes, but because you grew. A year isn't just a calendar. It's an opportunity. A gift lined with 365 boxes, and what you put in each box is up to you. Let it be bold. Let it be inspiring. Let it make you feel alive. Because when you decide what matters, every day becomes a step toward that reality. And when you awaken each morning knowing you're building your best year yet, that's the real breakthrough. Not luxury resorts or viral fame. It's waking up inside someone more powerful, more present, more rooted than you were last year. This is your year, and it starts today with the question, what will I truly achieve? Answer it with clarity, with confidence, with conviction. The rest of this video will guide you deeper. But don't wait. You just took the first step. Number 2, what held me back this year and how will I overcome it? Looking back at this past year, one question matters more than any other. What actually held me back? It's a simple question, but the answer can change everything. This year may have brought challenges, feelings of doubt, routines that went off track, moments when motivation vanished, but here's the point. None of that matters unless you learn from it and do something different next year. Take a moment and remember a time this year when you felt stuck. Maybe you woke up and didn't feel energy to go after your goals. Maybe you let another day slip by without progress. Maybe criticism or comparison stole your confidence. Whatever it was, don't just let it frustrate you. Use it. Those moments weren't coincidences. They were signals. Signals that something needs to change. Often what holds us back isn't lack of ability. It's patterns. That little voice saying, wait, or not yet, or you're not ready. That voice is louder than your dreams sometimes. And that's where self-discipline becomes almost like a friend. It challenges that voice and says, not today. You have to ask, when did that voice get loud this year? Was it the morning you skipped your workout, the day you chose comfort over progress? Was it when you stopped reading and started scrolling? Pinpoint it. Be honest. Not to shame yourself, but to understand what habit, what distraction, what moment knocked you off balance for long enough to stall your growth. Because most people aren't held back by one big failure. They're held back by 1,000 small misses. The decision not to start, the glance at the phone, the hit of just 5 more minutes. Those choices add up. Next, ask yourself, what's the root? If the issue was lack of time, what can you shift? If the issue was fear, what belief were you holding on to? If it was distraction, what environment allowed it to happen? Identifying the root issue is like finding the crack in a foundation. You don't patch the wall, you fix the foundation. Now here's the important part. Decide how you'll respond next year. If your problem was inconsistent effort, build a schedule that supports consistency. Lean into accountability, reminders, smaller steps. If it was fear, talk to someone, name the fear. Shine light on it so it loses power. If it was distraction, remove the temptation. Delete an app, leave your phone in another room, create a work spot that demands focus. This isn't about harsh self-talk or perfection. It's about smart design. You're designing your year so that you don't get stopped in the same place again. And when you encounter the same challenge next year, you don't just feel stuck, you say, I know you, and you move past it. Remind yourself, every obstacle you faced taught you something. That resistance you felt wasn't a wall. It was a teacher. It taught you where to strengthen. It taught you where to build structure. It taught you where you needed help. That's not failure. That's data. And next year you don't ignore it, you use it. Now imagine plugging those leaks before the rain comes. Imagine entering the new year, not only with dreams in high definition, but also with the blueprint to keep going when the tough moments arrive. Imagine looking back next December knowing you anticipated those problems and you dealt with them before they even slowed you down. This is how winners make their next year truly different. They don't just dream big, they learn from their mistakes and shape habits and environments that support their vision. They don't just hope for better, they plan for it. And they don't repeat the past, they rewrite it. If you're ready to step into your best year, start here. Take an honest look at what held you back this year. Own it, learn from it, and build your answer into your daily plan for next year. Because the only thing stronger than a vision is a vision backed by a plan that accounts for real obstacles and real solutions. Number 3, what habits must I build to succeed? Nobody ever reached a goal they never gave a habit. You can have a vision, the clear picture of where you want to go, but without habits, that vision won't bring anything into reality. If you want next year to be different, you need to become someone who lives with intention. That means choosing what you do before you feel like it and repeating it until it becomes as natural as breathing. Start by listing 3 to 5 habits that align directly with your biggest goal. Want better fitness? Choose a 20-minute workout every morning. Want to create a business? Commit to writing or reaching out to one potential prospect each day. Want to feel more grounded? Build a nightly routine of reflection before bed. Don't overcomplicate it. What matters is consistency, not quantity. When you decide and write them down, they begin to shift inside you. They stop being abstract ideas and start feeling like commitments. You begin to carry a small notebook, or set reminders, or tell someone who cares. You build support structures before you need them. This is how you take habits from nice to have to non-negotiable. But here's where most people stumble. They rely on motivation. That might get you going for a day or two, maybe a week, but it won't last next month and certainly not next year. You need to build systems, compartmentalize, structured automatic systems. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Reserve the first 30 minutes of your day for reading. Close the browser until your work is done. Use checklists, build accountability, make the habits easier to start than to skip. Here's what it feels like when a habit is working. You wake up and there's a quiet confidence in your chest, because deep down you know you'll follow through again. You feel the relief of structure, because you're not deciding morning to morning. You feel the rhythm, daily successes that when strung together feel like proof of progress. Each habit you build shapes your identity. You're not a person who skips workouts, you're someone who cares for their body. You're not someone who forgets to set goals. You're someone who actively works toward what matters. That identity is powerful. When your habits define who you are, your actions start matching your vision automatically. Also know this, you don't have to build the habit perfectly from day one. Aim for 80%. It's a powerful number. It keeps you motivated without burning you out. If you miss a day, don't treat it like failure. Treat it like information. Ask what went wrong. How can I fix it? Adjust the time, the environment, the trigger. Rewrite it until it fits. Choose habits that fuel your growth. Even the small ones add up. 10 push-ups a day builds strength. 10 pages a day build insight. 10 minutes of planning builds focus. Build them in a way that removes friction. Make them part of your identity. And over time, the person you're becoming will feel natural, more disciplined, stronger, clearer, more purposeful. If you want next year to be your best year, start thinking like someone who lives by systems, not moods, someone who doesn't rely on motivation, but relies on structure, someone who's prepared for when energy dips and willpower fades, because it always does. Ideas don't change lives, habits do. So set your habits before the year begins. Embed them into every morning and every evening. Protect them. Guard them. Remind your future self why they matter, and soon enough, you'll look back and realize you're not just chasing the vision, you've become the person capable of achieving it. Number 4, who do I need to become to reach my goals? The person you are today is not the person you need to be to reach your goals. In fact, your current self may have gotten you this far, but to achieve the things you truly desire, you'll need to evolve. You must change your mindset, your habits, and your approach. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you become. If your goals are big, your growth has to match that. You can't just keep doing the same things and expect different results. You must grow beyond your comfort zone, beyond your current identity. You must become a person who is comfortable with success, who can manage challenges, who's disciplined, and who has the belief that success is inevitable. This isn't just a shift in thinking, it's a shift in being. Think about the habits that successful people have. They wake up early, they prioritize their health, they read, they invest in themselves, they surround themselves with positive influences. These people didn't just get lucky, they became who they are through consistent effort. They're not perfect, but they've committed to doing what it takes to grow and improve. To reach your goals, you have to ask yourself, who do I need to become? What kind of person will it take to accomplish what I want to do? You can't just want success, you must become the kind of person who attracts it. You need to be disciplined enough to wake up early, even when you're tired. You need to be strong enough to say no to things that don't align with your vision. You need to be resourceful enough to learn new skills. You need to be mentally tough enough to keep going when the going gets tough. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's about small daily actions. The more you work on becoming the person who can handle the responsibility of your goals, the more confident you'll become in your abilities. And with that confidence will come the drive to continue to keep going no matter what. It's about showing up even when it feels like things aren't moving fast enough. Ask yourself, what does the person I want to become look like? What does their daily routine look like? What decisions do they make? What sacrifices do they make? And most importantly, what beliefs do they hold about themselves and the world around them? As you look at your goals, don't just focus on what you're going to do to achieve them. Focus on who you need to be. You need to become someone who can handle the highs and lows, who can withstand failure and rejection, and who is willing to put in the work no matter how long it takes. If you're not the person who can handle success, you won't ever truly be able to live the life you're working for. Remember, success is not a one-time event. It's a process of growth. It's becoming who you need to be in order to achieve your desires. It's showing up every day, even when it's difficult. It's choosing to learn, to grow, and to never settle for less than your full potential. To reach your goals, you need to become them. You need to embody the mindset and the habits of someone who already has what you're working toward. Change your mindset, change your identity, and your goals will start to feel more like reality than a distant dream. It's about doing the work, not just wishing for the results. It's about showing up consistently and trusting the process. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. What you need is to take consistent, small steps toward the person you want to become. Each step adds up, and with time, you'll realize that not only have you reached your goals, but you've become the person capable of achieving even more. Number 5, what should I stop doing that wastes my time or energy? This question is one of the most important things you can ask yourself if you want to make next year the best year of your life. The fact is, we all have limited time and energy. If you're spending your days on things that don't move you forward, things that drain you, distract you, or take away your focus, then you're holding yourself back from achieving what you truly want. One of the biggest challenges we face is learning to say no to things that aren't helping us get closer to our goals. It's easy to get caught up in activities that feel urgent or that seem important in the moment, but when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you'll realize that these things don't actually help you build the life you desire. Ask yourself, what am I doing every day that isn't serving my future? What activities or habits are taking my time and energy without giving me any real return? Maybe it's time spent on social media, getting lost in meaningless conversations, or overcommitting to obligations that don't align with your goals. Maybe it's procrastinating or worrying about things that are out of your control. These habits or distractions aren't just a waste of time, they're also a waste of your energy. You only have so much mental and emotional bandwidth. If you're spending all of it on things that don't matter, you'll have nothing left to put toward the things that do. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They wonder why they're not moving forward. And the answer often lies in where they're investing their energy. Are you giving your energy to things that matter, or are you letting it slip away into things that drain you? This is where you need to get serious about cutting out the noise. Stop chasing after every opportunity that comes your way. Stop spending time with people who don't support your growth. Stop getting distracted by things that make you feel busy, but don't actually lead to progress. Stop worrying about things you can't change and focusing on things that don't align with your long-term vision. There's no substitute for focused energy. When you stop wasting time on things that don't matter, you free up space to focus on the things that will bring real value into your life. This is where you start making real progress. This is when you begin to see shifts happen. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is create boundaries. Boundaries in your time, boundaries in your energy, and boundaries in your mindset. You have to protect your most valuable asset, your focus. By stopping the things that drain you, you make room for the things that truly matter. You might need to cut back on social media. If you're constantly scrolling, you're draining your mental energy. You're feeding your mind with random, meaningless information instead of focusing on what will help you grow. If you're constantly watching TV or engaging in gossip, you're filling your mind with things that won't push you forward. It's crucial to take control of your time. Look at how you're spending your hours, your days, and your weeks. How much time are you wasting on distractions? How much energy are you expending on things that don't move you closer to your goals? Once you start eliminating these energy drains, you'll realize how much time and mental clarity you've been missing. It's time to start eliminating those distractions. It's time to stop being busy for the sake of being busy. Start focusing on what matters and start making decisions that align with your future. You'll find that when you start saying no to things that don't serve you, you'll have more energy, more clarity, and more drive to say yes to the things that do. Here's the truth. You have the power to control how you spend your time. You have the power to choose what you give your energy to. If you want to make next year your best year, you need to take responsibility for where you're investing your time. You need to stop wasting it on things that don't matter and start channeling it into things that will help you grow. Ask yourself, what am I willing to let go of in order to make room for the things that will move me forward? What am I holding on to that's keeping me stuck? What can I eliminate from my daily routine that's simply wasting my time or energy? By answering these questions and taking action, you'll immediately create more space for growth and success. And as you start focusing on the right things, you'll find that you have more time, more energy, and more drive to make your dreams a reality. Number 6, who should I spend more time with and who less? Who you surround yourself with can either fuel your success or drain your energy. This is a crucial part of making next year the best year of your life. Your environment, especially the people in it, has a huge influence on your mindset, your actions, and your success. Take a hard look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they lifting you up, encouraging your growth, and helping you reach your goals? Or are they holding you back, making you doubt yourself, or wasting your time with negativity? You need to make a conscious decision about who deserves your time and energy. If you're spending your days around people who are stuck in the same old habits, complaining, making excuses, or not pushing themselves to grow, then you're likely to pick up those same habits. It's easy to get caught up in conversations that don't serve you, in relationships that drain you, or in environments that are not conducive to your growth. The people you surround yourself with will determine the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel. This is why it's so important to carefully consider who you're spending your time with. Successful people understand the value of being around like-minded individuals who challenge them, encourage them, and hold them accountable. They know that the right relationships can accelerate their growth and help them reach new heights. Start by identifying who in your life is helping you get closer to your goals. These are the people you want to spend more time with. Seek out individuals who inspire you, who are already living the life you want to live, or who share similar goals and aspirations. These people will challenge you to be your best, motivate you when you feel stuck, and push you to go further than you ever thought possible. On the other hand, you must also identify who you need to distance yourself from. Sometimes that means cutting ties with people who are constantly negative, critical, or unsupportive. It can be tough, especially if they are close friends or family members, but remember, you are responsible for your own success, and you cannot afford to let toxic relationships drain your energy. You don't have to completely cut people out of your life, but you can start to spend less time with them. You can set boundaries and limit your exposure to negativity. It's not about being rude or mean. It's about protecting your peace, your focus, and your energy. The more time you spend with people who support your growth, the more energy you'll have to invest in your own success. If you want to make next year your best year, you must surround yourself with people who push you forward. You need to spend more time with people who believe in you, who encourage you to be better, and who hold you accountable to your highest standards. These are the people who will help you stay focused and motivated when things get tough. And equally important, spend less time with those who aren't serving your growth. The people who criticize you, who make you feel small, or who always seem to bring you down, those are the people who will keep you stuck in the past. They may not do it intentionally, but their influence will hold you back if you let it. You have to make this decision for yourself. Who you spend your time with will shape who you become. The more you surround yourself with people who elevate you, the more you'll see progress in your life. The more you distance yourself from negativity, the more you'll create space for positivity and growth. This isn't about being selfish, it's about protecting your future. You can't afford to waste time with people who don't support your dreams, who don't respect your goals, or who drain your energy. You have one life, and you deserve to spend it with people who make you better. As you move into next year, make it a priority to spend more time with people who encourage, challenge, and inspire you. The relationships you build are the foundation of your success, so choose them wisely. Number 7, what daily action will keep me focused and moving forward? To make next year the best year of your life, you must commit to daily actions that keep you focused and moving forward. Progress doesn't happen by chance. It happens through consistent, focused effort. The key to success is not just knowing what you need to do. It's about taking action day in and day out, regardless of how you feel in the moment. So ask yourself, what can you do every day to ensure you're making progress toward your goals? It doesn't have to be huge tasks or big leaps every day, but it must be something that moves you closer to where you want to be. If you're not consistently taking action, you're not going to make the kind of progress you want. Start with simple habits. The small, daily actions compound over time and have a massive impact on your success. Whether it's reading for 30 minutes a day, exercising, writing in your journal, or working on a specific skill, find something that keeps you moving in the right direction. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. You don't need to be perfect every single day, but you do need to show up day after day. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they'll start working hard when the conditions are perfect or when they feel motivated. That's not how it works. If you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect motivation, you'll be waiting forever. The key to success is to create a daily routine that you follow no matter what, even when you don't feel like it. Even when obstacles arise, even when things aren't going your way, you continue to take action. The secret to reaching your goals is in the little things you do every day. It's about building momentum. The more you take consistent action, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep moving forward. Even on the days when you don't feel motivated, stick to your routine. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. Those small actions add up, and before you know it, you'll be making significant progress toward your goals. Focus on the long-term vision, but break it down into small, manageable tasks. When you have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, break that goal down into smaller steps that you can take every day. These small actions will eventually lead to big results. It's much easier to stay focused and committed when you know exactly what you need to do each day. There will be distractions. There will be obstacles. There will be times when you feel like quitting. But the daily actions you commit to will keep you grounded and moving forward. It's those actions, those moments when you choose to keep pushing forward instead of giving up, that will separate you from the people who don't reach their potential. Remember, the real magic happens when you stay consistent, even when things get tough. This is where the winners separate themselves from the rest. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but true success comes from staying consistent when the challenges arise. You have to create a routine that works for you and commit to it every day. If you don't have a plan, you won't know where to start, and if you don't know where to start, it's easy to get stuck. Make sure your daily actions align with your long-term goals and make them non-negotiable. Hold yourself accountable and show up even when you don't feel like it. Over time, those little actions will accumulate into big wins, and next year will be your best year yet. When you commit to taking action every single day, you build the life you want. You're not just waiting for things to happen, you're making them happen. And when you look back a year from now, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Your future is in your hands, and it's created by what you do every day. As we wrap this up, it's important to remember that next year doesn't have to be just another year. It doesn't have to be a repeat of the past. It can be a year where you take control, push through your limits, and make significant progress toward your dreams. It's all possible, and it starts with the decisions you make today. So ask yourself, what action will you take today to make next year your best year ever? And more importantly, what actions will you take every single day to keep that momentum going? When you commit to these daily actions, surround yourself with the right people and focus on the bigger picture. Next year will truly be your best year yet. Stay consistent, stay focused, and most importantly, never stop pushing forward. Your future self will thank you for the effort you put in today. Now is the time to take charge of your life and set the stage for an incredible year ahead. Don't wait for things to change. Make the change. Take action now, and next year you'll look back with pride at the incredible progress you've made. You've come this far, not by chance, but because there's a fire in you that refuses to accept an average life. That fire, your drive, your hunger, your refusal to settle, is what can turn the next year into the best year you've ever had. But only if you feed that fire every single day with action, clarity, and consistency. Next year isn't going to reward wishes. It's not going to reward potential. It's going to reward preparation, effort, and follow-through. If you want more, you've got to become more. And that starts now, not tomorrow, not when January rolls around, not when conditions are perfect. It starts today with the choices you make, the habits you reinforce, and the mindset you commit to. The people who have the best years of their lives are not luckier than you. They're not more talented or more connected or more gifted. They are simply more focused, more consistent, and more intentional. They reflect on their past, learn from it, and then move forward with a plan. They don't get stuck in what went wrong last year. They use it, they grow from it, and they build better, stronger, sharper versions of themselves. So if this past year brought disappointment or stagnation, don't carry it into the next one. Forgive yourself, wipe the slate clean, and use that pain, that regret, or that missed opportunity as the fuel to make this next season unrecognizably different. Start with clarity. Know exactly what you want and why you want it. Don't drift through your days. Don't hope life gives you something better. Decide what better looks like. Get painfully honest with yourself about what's not working and ruthlessly committed to changing it. Not in a rush of motivation, but in a disciplined, day-by-day process. Build a structure that supports the life you want. Not chaos, not noise, not distraction. Structure, systems, standards. Look around at the people you're spending time with. Who's helping you rise? Who's silently pulling you back? You don't owe your future to anyone who drains your energy, distracts your focus, or lowers your standards. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who believe in you, who speak life into your goals and keep you accountable when your old habits try to creep back in. Look at how you spend your time. Every hour is either building your dream or breaking it down. Every hour counts. Don't trade your potential for another day of comfort, excuses, or distraction. You don't get next year back. There's no do-over. This is your shot. And it only belongs to the person who's brave enough to show up for it, daily, no matter what. There's going to be resistance. There will be setbacks, doubt, fatigue, even fear. But you've already survived worse, you've already overcome more, and you're still here. That alone proves you have what it takes to go the distance. Now it's just about staying in the fight long enough to win it. So as you prepare to step into next year, don't hope for it to be different. Don't wish it would be better. Take responsibility for making it better. Build it day by day, brick by brick. Control your inputs, your thoughts, your actions, your time, your environment, and you'll control the outcomes. And when you look back a year from now, you won't just see change, you'll see growth. You'll see results. You'll see a version of you that didn't just survive another year, but took it by the collar and shaped it into something extraordinary. The next chapter of your life is unwritten, and your pen is already in motion. So write a story worth living. Write a year you're proud of, because your future self, they're counting on the decisions you make today.